Welcome, welcome, welcome. Here we go. This is, you know how I start my videos off. Here we go, just checking if the other one's working. But look, let me know, say hello. Say hello if you are watching live or if you're here, you're watching a replay or where you are in the world. I would really love to know that. That would be awesome. Before we kick off, I'll let you just join, make sure my comments are looking good. So thank you for joining me. Oh, look, it's happening now. You don't need more motivation, you need this instead, because this is common where people think that they need more motivation. Here we go. I've got this on the right hand side. You need more motivation, but actually, in my experience as a stressologist, that's not that often. You don't actually need more motivation. It's not that you're unmotivated or lazy or anything. You're actually overwhelmed. And when I say overwhelmed, it is a very, very, very common thing to have in this world of being overwhelmed. We know that. And when you're overwhelmed, you become emotionally drained. Yeah. Just feels icky, doesn't it? Just feels absolutely icky to think this. So today I'm actually going to show you what gives you that energy back. So first, grab your note-taking device, whatever that one is, and I want to say to yourself, have you ever actually said to yourself, I just can't get motivated? Have you ever said that? Drop a yes in the comments. Hi Shari. Drop a yes in the comments if you've actually any time in your world said, I just can't get motivated. That was actually me the other day getting out of bed. It was a bit like that. It was a bit like that. So just know that motivation is emotional. And when I think about motivational, it's emotional. It's emotional and can take us on a journey. But when we're going for clarity, because you know that I'm going to talk about clarity, clarity beats motivation every single time. Clarity is actually structural. And when we take the emotion out and we go into structure, that motivation disperses and the clarity shines out. So, as you know, I talk about clarity quite a bit on things. So it just mean, they say it's actually women with ADHD and menopausal. That's what they actually say. It's a bit like that. So I'm just going for whatever one it takes at the moment. So it actually means things that you're starting things and you're not finishing. You're not finishing all these little things, or you get busy and you're not actually fulfilled at what you're doing. Or your busyness changes and you want to jump to the next strategy. So this is very, very, very common. So things can happen, or you wake up. I talked about me the other morning getting out of bed. You wake up and you think, I should exercise, I should go wash my hair, I should go do this, I should get in my business and get down to the office, I should do this, I should answer emails, I should do this, I should get my mindset right, I should go for a walk. All these little examples of everything. And this is the stuff that can make you think that you're lazy, but it's actually not. It's actually a lack of clarity, because clarity gives us structure and movement on where we're going forward. So when we do this, I want you to think about this. I want you to go, what truly matters most right now? What truly matters most right now? 6 things. What truly matters most right now? And when you get that, there may be a gazillion of these. When you get this, I want you to choose one priority, just one. Because when you have your clarity, it actually removes that need for motivation. It actually has that. So think about clarity. We're thinking about clarity the whole way through. Clarity just knocks the motivation out of the park. When we are stressed, hidden stress actually, and I say hidden stress because sometimes we don't know it's actually there until suddenly it bursts out and we're like, where the heck did that come from? Even though there's a gazillion signs before that, even though there's a gazillion, you may not have seen them. But it's not that people lack drive. It's not that they lack drive. They actually leak energy, and it comes from stress. They leak energy, and it's emotional energy. And this is where my favorite 3 life rules actually come in. So you know these ones that I say every video, don't take things personally. Don't take things personally when we think about this. Hi Donna from Colorado, woohoo, all the way over there. Thanks for joining. going back to don't take things personally, it's things that you actually zip your tongue when you know you want to say something. You zip your tongue, or when someone is actually silenced, or you message them and they don't message you back and it feels like rejection. These are things that can spin people out, and you end up taking things personally, and it can just destroy you. Now you will have heard of me. I talk about the 4 agreements. This is where it came from. It literally came from the 4 agreements. Don't take things personally, because they are very valid for you. So it doesn't mean it's the end of the world for you when you do take it personally. It doesn't mean that. What I want you to do is just know that people respond from their values. And their values, if you haven't heard me talk about values, your values are what's important to you. People respond from their values. It has nothing to do with your worth. I'll say that again. It has nothing to do with your worth. They respond from their values. Now, just know that feedback is just information. It's not something that's going to stay with you forever. It's not an identity. It's not whatever it is. It's just information. And you're like, okay, and you're gathering data all the way through life when we do this. So you're going to ask yourself, what is this teaching me? What is this teaching me? It's as simple as that. And when you stop taking things personally, that energy returns instantly. As soon as you start going into a strategy brain of, what is this teaching me? What is this teaching me? What is this teaching me? Just those little things. Now, my next one I'm going to talk about is don't take life too seriously. You'll hear me laugh a lot. I literally laugh. Now, I'm either going to laugh or I'm going to cry. So for some of the things I hear, see, do that goes on around me, it's probably easier to laugh until I'm ready to cry. Whatever that is. But just know when you're crying and you're sad, that actually ages you, ladies. Not trying to tell the men or anything. But when you're talking about don't take life too seriously, it just means that everything has to be done at this time, and you're like this. You over prepare for things. You make sure everything's ticked off. You go down the thing of spiraling of all these things that you've got to do, and then it goes like this, that you actually immobilize something. Because you can put something together so powerful, and then all of a sudden somebody just ignores you for 30 seconds and the pressure explodes. And that momentum that you are having actually dies. So this is a great one that came about from a podcast that I was listening to as well. Life is like an experiment. And I like that. Life is like an experiment. So all you're going to do is you're going to treat your life as an experiment. It's experimental. You know that word. What's that word? Everyone just say it all aloud who's watching this. Treat life as experimentational. There you go. There, that's a word. Something like that. And know that when you're progressing, it actually creates confidence. Because when we progress, we have a memory bank in here that allows us to move forward. So you're going to say, what action would I do if this could be lighter? What action would I do if this could be lighter? It just changes your mind. And know that momentum grows when that pressure disperses. Know that your momentum grows when the pressure disperses. The next one is don't make assumptions. And again, we're from here again. Don't make assumptions. Because you create these stories in our head, we avoid those conversations that can be seen as hard. We overthink everything wherever we go. We delay decisions and in whatever it is. So it could be as simple as you messaging somebody, even me, can message me, and I don't reply back to you. And I don't reply back to you, and you go, oh, they're unhappy. What have I done? Have I not done something? What have I said? What action have I done? How have I overstepped the mark? Anything like this. All that is doing is draining your energy. It's draining your energy. And the worst part is you actually don't have any evidence of it. You have no evidence that Deborah is not replying back to you because you've said something. So we want the evidence. So you're going to replace the assumption, because we know what assumption means. We're going to replace that assumption, and we're going to replace it with curiosity. And when we have that curiosity, you're going to go, what are the facts here before my feelings? What are my facts before my feelings? That's your 2 F's. What are my facts before my feelings? Because when we go into the facts, we actually can see it clearly, and it isn't personal, and there is no assumption, and it actually eases our mind when we sit with this. So think about those things and how we go from those. But just know that when you're assumptioning, when you're assuming actually consumes more energy. Now, it doesn't burn your fat. Just before I say this, it doesn't burn your fat. It actually consumes more energy than action ever does. Think about that. Assumptions consume more energy than action ever does. Yeah. Who's actually run a marathon in a sprint cycle? Clearly me a few times. I've done that a little bit. So if I was to sum this up, I'm going to tell you what are the things that drain you the most is taking things personally, taking life seriously, and making assumptions. That's it. So if I think about this, what one drains you the most? Throw that in the comments. Which one drains you the most? Taking things personally, taking life too seriously, or making assumptions? What are those ones? Now, also I'd like to give you that, because I'm giving you a lot of tips here, I've done a lot of talking, but I want to let you know that there's an alignment. When we align things together, that replaces the pressure rather than the progress. When we're aligning together, it actually replaces that pressure with progress. So motivation, when I think about this, is actually not in those big moments. It's not in this boom, here it is, boom, I'm motivated, here it is, boom. It's actually the small aligned action steps. So what you're going to do is when you wake up each day, you're going to go, what truly matters today? What truly matters today? Where am I going? What are those action steps? You're going to complete one meaningful task before the distractions hit. Whatever, complete one meaningful task before distractions. And yes, I know getting out of bed in the toilet, going to the toilet is your first meaningful task, that is task, but what else are you going to do that's before the distraction? And your energy is so important here. So you're going to protect your energy, or you're going to hold on to your energy before you're going to protect other people's expectations. Because other people's expectations is a whole nother story what they put upon you. In fact, if you'd like me to do a Facebook Live on other people's expectations, then drop in the chat and let me know, because I'm more than happy about doing this. But we talk about perfection, and I just want to have a little thing about perfection, and I want to talk about how if we can celebrate the progress over the perfection, you're going to get a greater result. When you celebrate that progress, each little step, whatever that is, each little step is actually going to help you over being perfect. Knowing that action creates momentum. Action creates momentum. Now, when I say action creates momentum, I'm actually talking about action creates a beautiful momentum, an aligned momentum, a momentum that actually keeps coming, a momentum that is actually natural for you. I want to talk about how we can make a decision and it can change everything. So we often think that change really needs massive effort. Change really needs massive effort. And it actually needs one honest decision. So you're going to ask yourself, what am I tolerating? What am I avoiding? What do I already know that I need to do now? And then you're going to send that message, you're going to set the boundary, and then you're going to start that thing. Now, send the message to whoever it is, you're going to set that boundary. I'm going to be doing this for 3 hours, I'll come back to whatever it is. And then you're going to start. The key is to start, because when we start, that's when we get our action and we get our motivation, which is actually movement. And know that your action restores all your energy, because whatever you're thinking about yourself when you've got action, things change for you. Now, the other one I want you to think about is, I'm going to ask you this one question, and you can put it in the comments, or you can just take it for yourself. What's the one decision you know? What's the one decision you know you need to make is what? What is the one decision you know that you need to make is? Now, what's the one decision you need to know to make is? Now, when I talk about what that decision is, that is around whatever you feel you need to have motivation for, whatever that is. What's the one decision I know I need to make now is whatever that is. Because look, I mean, I hear people go, oh, I've lost motivation, I'm lazy, I'm this. It's not that you need motivation. I'm going to reiterate again, you don't need motivation. You need less emotional leakage. We want to talk about our clarity. We want to get back to our alignment. We want to make that one decision. And that is where we're going to go into alignment. That one decision is going to be our motivation, which is coming from an outside thing, which is our motivation that's actually going to follow our alignment. Now, you'll also hear me talk about motivation versus inspiration. Now, motivation is also when it comes from an outside source. When somebody outside is telling us, you need to do this, you need to do this, you need to do this. So that's our motivation. It comes from a motor, somebody else to us. Now, when we're inspired, that comes from inspiration. And inspiration comes from in us, within us. Inspiration comes from within us. And this is where we go, I'm going to do this. I know where I'm going, clarity. I know where I'm going. I know what I'm doing, action steps. I know who's going to get in my way and I'm going to deal with that, set those boundaries. And then that inspiration is going to flow that you're not even going to question it. That inspiration is going to flow and it's going to come out of you and you're not even going to question it. So I'm going to suggest this. You know what I'm going to suggest? I'm going to suggest this. I want you to stop forcing that motivation. I want you to stop forcing that motivation. And I want you to start operating from the two C's. Two C's. Clarity and certainty. Well, it depends what way it goes. I don't know. Clarity and certainty. And from that, I'm going to get you to book a glitter bomb call with me. Because we're going to find out where your energy's leaking. We're going to find what truly matters. We're going to find what your next aligned step. Now, I say we, but it's actually me and you. We're going to do this together. Me and you, we're going to find out where that clarity is coming from, where to get that, and what are those action steps to take you through that. I want to say one thing before I sign off, though, because what's happening here? I think I've got the one thing to sign off. Because there's someone out there who thinks they lack motivation when all they need is that C word again, clarity. You're not behind, you're not broken. You're simply one aligned decision away from your momentum. You are one aligned decision away from your momentum. But you know what has to come first is that clarity. So, you don't need more motivation. You need to do the tips and the strategies I've given you in here. That is me, Debs Cooper, Global Stressologist, signing off. Thank you very much. You don't need more motivation. You need to do the tips that I've given you above in this video. Thank you very much, and I will see you next time. Thanks very much, team. Bye.